Hey, how you doing? Vinnie Richichi here with another edition of DriveTime 2011 Pittsburgh Auto Show edition. One of the stars of this show, I am sure, is rotating right behind me, the Chevrolet Volt for 2011. Half electric, half gas, and all science experiment. I mean, when you sit inside this car, there are enough screens and gadgets to keep you busy for a long time. But the great thing about it is it's going to help the environment because you'll be able to go 25, 30, 40 miles on one charge. So if you have a 20, 40 mile commute every day, you can take it to work. You don't use a drop of gas, plug it in. By the time you come out, it's charged up and it's ready to go. That's just one of the great cars that are here at this year's Pittsburgh Auto Show. Let's take a walk around and see some of the other groovy stuff, and I mean groovy cars that are here at the auto show. Okay, now we're over at the Ford exhibit, and once again, when it comes to muscle cars, retro is what's happening. Ford has reprised the Boss 302 in the current model year 2011 Mustang. Now, I don't know if it rattles and shakes like the old Boss 302 did, but it sure looks good with today's technological improvements married to that nostalgia of old. I bet you this thing is a blast to drive. Now for 2011, Ford has come out with a brand new Explorer. How cool is it? It won the 2011 Detroit Auto Show, North American Auto Show, Truck of the Year. Completely redesigned from bottom to top, top to bottom. Now Ford gets better gas economy and gives you more room inside with the Explorers. This is actually something that's going to be a lot of fun to drive when I get a chance to roll in one of these things for drive time. Hey, another one of the stars of the show is the Chevrolet Camaro convertible. Just out, just in production, and just starting to hit the streets. The one thing I can't understand, though, how come they don't let you go near it? I mean, look, they got the barriers up around and everything. I mean, it's a Camaro. Open it up. Let people get in that car and enjoy it. That is another one of the stars of the Pittsburgh Auto Show this year. Okay, now here's my pick-to-click for this year. You know how a couple of years ago you saw Mini Coopers all over the place, and a couple of years ago it was Bugs before that? This is going to be the new groovy car to drive. You're going to see these all over the place inside about 2 years. It's the Fiat 500. It's been in Italy for a long time. Chrysler hooked up with Fiat, and this is one of the products of that hookup. And I'll tell you something, this is a fun little car to drive. My uncle actually had one of the old ones years ago. It's one of the cars I learned how to drive on. This is probably a lot more technologically advanced than that one. I think it's going to be one of the hottest cars you're going to find out on the street here coming up in the next 6 months to a year. Now, for those of you that know me long enough, you know that I spent a little time driving a cab in New York City and in San Francisco. Well, check this out. One of my favorite cars that Ford has come out with in the past couple of years is the Transit Connect. Well, now they have the Transit Connect taxi cab. I got to tell you something. This cab may be the best taxi cab vehicle you will ever get into. I mean, look at the room in the back, the headroom. It's a great handling vehicle to get around urban areas, and the gas economy is great. Once again, Ford answering a need by creating the Transit Connect and then creating the Transit Connect taxi cab. Hey, you, want to go to the airport? Come on, let's go. You know, my father used to say that the last ride you take will be in a Cadillac station wagon, like a hearse, you know, because that's what you used to think about when you would think about a Cadillac station wagon. But man, that is so changed. 556 horsepower, Brembo brakes. I mean, it is just one of the fastest and I mean most exciting cars that are put out of Detroit. Imagine a Corvette station wagon. Can you kind of wrap your head around that for a second? Well, that's exactly what the CTS-V station wagon is. It's a Corvette that seats like 6 people. So again, don't take your last ride in the CTS-V. Get in it and drive it a little bit. I am telling you, this is one of those cars that you will never forget if you can get a ride in. Now, the Pittsburgh International Auto Show runs February 10th to the 13th at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center, and we'll have some more highlights coming up in future Drive Time webisodes. Until then, I'm Vinnie Richichi. Thanks for keeping an eye on the cars we drive.